Hey folks, I am Blunty, feeling only slightly worse for wear after drinking quite a lot of German beer last night. Yesterday, on a glorious Sydney Saturday, I attended a huge group photo walk. And when I say huge, I mean huge! It was organised through Google Plus and attended by a massive swarm of camera-toting folk. In fact, it was a record turnout. It's now the largest photo walk in Sydney, and indeed Australia, that has ever happened. Somewhere past 400 photographers from all walks of life and all ages and all kinds of gear and all experience levels all got together, and as far as I could tell, each and every one of them was having a great time. I certainly did. Before we go any further, I want to give big props to hosts Michael Sutton and world-famous photographer Colby Brown. How a swarm of snappers this ridiculous wasn't a complete fustercluck, I've got no clue. It's a testament not only to good organisation, but also to the friendly, supportive attitude and kind of true blue spirit of the Aussie photo communities. It was a relaxing and supportive and encouraging assembly, sharing not only the simple joy of photography itself, but sharing knowledge and experience. I may be well known for being a cynical grouch, but it was bloody heartwarming, I'll tell you that. The walk went from beautiful Bronte Beach, starting at about 3 p.m, and continued to one of Australia's most famous beaches, the sun-baked shores of Bondi, where a smaller number of the more passionate snappers among us stuck around for the glorious golden sunset that was incoming. Now, I was fortunate enough to be awarded one of the box full of Samsung Galaxy cameras that were among the many giveaways and prizes on offer from the corporate sponsors, so that was pretty rad. And of course I shot the whole walk with it to try and get to know this latest addition to my camera collection, the quirky Android-based Happy Snapper compact camera. And while shooting with not only a completely unfamiliar camera, but also a squarely Happy Snapper focused bit of gear instead of picking up one of my much more serious bits of gear, meant that I wasn't really going to get the best shots I was perhaps capable of getting on the day. But photo walks like this are much more about hanging out with like-minded folk who enjoy stuff you enjoy doing than they are about getting prize-winning shots to be hung in a gallery and forever admired through the annals of time. If you're curious, a full review of the Samsung Galaxy camera will probably come before too long. I certainly need more time with it and some more testing before I can render a verdict, but my first impressions are that it's a pretty adequate compact camera, which thankfully offers up proper full manual control if you want it to. It's got some solid Android guts, being more or less the same internals as the Samsung Galaxy S3 phone, so all the joy of onboard capture, edit and instantly sharing online is there, and that's kind of the whole point of the camera, the connectivity. It took me several hours before I really started to get a good feel for how it wants to dance. It certainly took me longer to wrap my head around than most cameras do, so most of my earlier shots were garbage, to be frank. To give you an idea, I took 304 images on the day. From that I culled about 35 decent shots. But by the time the sun was going down, I started to find my groove a little bit, and it's here where I got my favourite shots of the day. And after the sun had finished going down, some of us went to a nearby German pub, and I had some extremely good sausages, honestly some of the best frankfurts I've ever had in my friggin' life. And I had quite a lot of delicious German beer, but that's another story. But it was quite a lot of fun just hanging out with these like-minded people and sort of chatting about photography, philosophy and results and attitudes and all that kind of stuff. It was wonderful. So thanks for watching. I am Blunty, and I will catch you next time.